so I planned on having the sample box unboxing for January up today, but then I realized that I plugged in my sub box last night completely incorrectly, and today it was just dead. So I'm retarded. But today we have a cool topic that I thought about while I was trying to fall asleep last night, and that is the downfall of having big boobs. More particularly, big fake boobs, but I'm also going to go over the differences between big regular natural boobs and big fake boobs. So a lot of people think that we have a lot of back pain. I don't get any back pain from my boobs. My boobs collectively, as far as the implant goes, is only 3 pounds total. And that means that there's probably only like 1 pound total other than that, because I was naturally like a B cup or something. So it's not that heavy and I don't get any back pain from it. The issue that I've heard where women with big boobs get back pain is the rotund women who have really, really big natural boobs made of fat, and those are significantly more heavy and can be up to 20 pounds each, I've heard. And yeah, I can see how that can cause some back pain issues. Also, a lot of women with bigger boobs are also just bigger women in general, and that means that they're probably, if you can extrapolate the data, not going to the gym and keeping, their lower back tight and their core strong and all of that stuff. And a lot of those things can contribute to having back pain. I was gonna write this shit down, but then I didn't, so hopefully I can go over everything. Well, I'm so excited because I fucking got a bunch of new games on Steam, and I also finally finished Unity, and I'm playing Syndicate right now, and Syndicate is so fucking amazing. The murder mysteries, the dreadful crimes or whatever, are like even better, and that's like my favorite side quest ever, the murder mysteries from Unity, so I'm like super excited, and all I want to do is go stream and play League for a while, and then go out and play fucking Assassin's Creed. So I'm sorry if I'm a little scatterbrained today. But anyway, another thing that people think is that you can't really work out, or it's really hard to do cardio. This is perpetuated a lot by Carmen Electra a few years back, or like, I think it was like 10 years back. She created the striptease workout, and it was like a video set of things marketed toward women with the fact that she couldn't work out because she has big boobs. Now, she's like 5'3", I'm 5'4". She has a D cup, and I have a double D cup, and she's saying she can't work out. Now, at my peak fitness, I was running 5 miles a day, at about 5.5 to 6 miles per hour, and I've never had a problem, and this is when I also had fake boobs, and it's not that big of a deal, so I don't really see why having bigger fake boobs would deter you from running. If you have big boobs and you have a problem with running, just wear 2 sports bras or an underwire bra with a sports bra over the top. That's what I do, and there is no issue. There's no, extra bouncing, there's no back pain issues, and, if you have even bigger boobs, then go ahead and get a smaller size sports bra or wear 3 sports bras, whatever. There's no excuse for not working out because you have big boobs. I can attest to this, and I don't see any issue with it, especially with implants like Carmen Electra has. So I think it's just like a marketing ploy that she wanted to, market her product or whatever to people and have an excuse for acting slutty. Hey, I'm all for acting slutty. I think it's so much fun to act slutty. I think it's so much fun to be in touch with your sexuality, and striptease, if that's the way you do it, that's fucking awesome. But I think it's kind of disingenuous when she says her reason for doing so is some kind of like, moral high ground reason, when it's not even an applicable reason in my opinion, because I myself have bigger fake boobs and have no problem with it. I think regular cardio is just the best way to go. There's no reason to add some frou-frou to it when all you have to do is watch your caloric intake and expend more than you take in, and it's just like the easiest thing in the world. That's all you have to do, and I know it can be sometimes harder said than done because people like food a lot, but you don't even necessarily have to work out, especially cardio-wise, in order to lose fat. It's just not something that's as necessary as watching your caloric intake and making sure that you expend more. However, so maybe just by your resting fucking heart rate expending more calories than you take in, you just have to eat the correct amount, and that's it. So the next thing, you have to change your fake boobs every 5 to 10 years. It's been 10 years, I think, now for me. No, wait, it's been like 7 or 8 years since I got my fake boobs, I think, if I'm doing the math correctly. And I haven't had any issues. The only reason people change their fake boobs is, like, aside from maybe one rupturing, which doesn't really happen anymore unless you're doing some crazy shit. Like, you can run over those things with a semi, and there's no big deal. People get new ones because they want to go bigger, or because, they start to sag and they're getting older, or because they just want, like, a fresh look. You should change them, I would say, every 15 to 20 years, but that's like not a constraint at all, because if you are able to pay for it like 20 years ago, you probably can later, and it's no more than an aesthetic problem, really. Like, you just want to make sure that if you're getting fake boobs and spending that much money on it, that you're maintaining it and looking as best as you possibly can, in your best vision of perfection, because, you know, obviously you're that kind of person if you're getting plastic surgery and you want to look your best. So it's not usually a necessity to get your fake boobs redone every 5 to 10 years. It's not really a huge issue. Another thing people ask me is if I can sleep on my stomach. I can definitely sleep on my stomach. I didn't like to do it before, and I don't like to do it now, but occasionally I'll lay that way for a while. It's not that big of a deal. The only problem that you might see is that, like, you're stretching your skin a little bit or something, and it might be uncomfortable to you, but you can definitely do it. Breastfeeding is another thing. You can definitely breastfeed when you have implants. It's just putting basically a prosthetic inside your body, underneath the breast tissue, underneath everything, all the ducts that make it so that you can breastfeed, and it has nothing to do with anything. It doesn't ruin anything. And the next thing is sensitivity in the boobs. So now I'm going toward the augmented side, and rather than just the big boob side. But as far as nipple sensitivity, you should not have any problems. If you do have problems, they should return to normal after a bit. It just means that the surgeon was bad, basically, and nicked your nerves. And if you lose sensitivity or change sensitivity altogether, then that means your surgeon was just bad and didn't know what to avoid or something. And it's very rare, and it's not something that I've had a problem with. My sensitivity hasn't changed at all since I got my implants. It's just the same thing. You can have fun with them. It's an erogenous zone. It's great, yeah, and there's no real difference. So you can stop worrying about that. What are other big boob problems? Finding a bra to fit into. So a lot of people don't know how to fit, the specifications of a woman's bra. So let me try to explain it to you. It's kind of confusing, but once you get it, it's kind of just obvious as fuck. So a 36C is the same cup size as a 34D. Okay, so the band is the number, so 36 is the band. That would be like an average sized woman. It gets smaller, like 34 is a smaller sized woman. I have a rib cage of like 32 or 34, right? But I can wear like a 36D and just put it on the tightest clasp, and that's the same as a 34 double D, because the cup raises in size with the band size. And this is because most women who have bigger boobs are just bigger women in general when you're talking about natural boobs, because it's kind of like a genetic anomaly if you're a skinny girl with really big boobs. It's not really something that you see often. It's kind of like it doesn't really make any sense, especially because you have breast tissue, a normal size amount of breast tissue, but if you're gonna have Ds or double Ds that are natural, it's mostly fat. So that's something that bra companies just use, like a bigger cup size for a bigger, girl, basically. And so usually bras on the back have like 3 clasps, like 3 tightnesses. And the middle tightness is what the bra actually is, so it's a 36, right? But you can go smaller to a 34, or you can go bigger to a 38, so this can work to your advantage. And I've never had any problems. I've never had to buy any, custom bras or anything, and I'm like an F right now almost, because I gained a little bit of weight like a couple years ago. So like in between double D and F is what I am. And I can buy clothes at Victoria's Secret, Hustler Hollywood, anywhere. I basically buy most of my bras at Victoria's Secret Pink, which is the like teenager girl version, because I like the like pretty polka dots and stuff, and I have a bunch of like bra and panty sets that I use for modeling from that. And there's not really a big issue once you know that you can go up or down a size and things will fit differently. So the bigger how can I explain this? So like a 34 double D is a smaller cup, like an actual smaller cup, than a 36 double D, and that would be the same as a 34F, if that makes any sense. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense and might help some girls out, because I know a lot of girls that don't know that as well. But when I was looking around to getting my implants, I was on a lot of forums, and I was asking a lot of questions, and I was like obsessed with it, because I wanted to make sure that I was 100% ready emotionally, physically, and knowledge-wise, that I had all of the knowledge that I could procure possible to whether or not I should be doing this and how I want to do it, and what, how many cc's I have. A lot of people ask me how many cc's I have. I have 575 cc's. I'm thinking about maybe going up a little bit higher to like 700 something cc's at some point, but that's only, you know, if I start to dislike the aesthetics of my boobs that I have right now. I really like the size that I have right now, but when I get really skinny, I would rather have them a little bit bigger, if that makes any sense. It's nuances, and I haven't had any actual problems with finding bras, with working out or anything. It's all just something you kind of adapt to. I went from like an A/B cup to a big C overnight because I got the fill up ones that fill throughout an amount of time and then the fill port's taken out. So I started out a C and went to a double D so that I wouldn't have any complications. And I didn't feel any different. It didn't feel like it inhibited me at all, and it wasn't really an issue. And the last thing I want to talk about is bras can be deceiving. A lot of people think that, you know, the girls that are saying that they don't have fake boobs, like, have natural boobs, and they're like, oh, well, I like those natural boobs, but those natural boobs don't necessarily exist. Big natural boobs will not defy gravity like fake boobs will when you take off a bra. So they might look good in a bra, but they don't usually without a bra, and that's why I don't really like natural big boobs, and a lot of people act like, oh, you had to go fake, that sucks, and it's kind of like a hipster thing to say right now, to say that you don't like fakeness or you don't like fake boobs, because, like, if you like the way my boobs look and then you find out they're fake, there's really no difference. How does that make a difference to you? It's only, like, some weird psychological thing that you have in your head where, you know, society is telling you right now that natural is in and natural is beautiful, but if you like what you see, or you like how you are, just fucking go with it. It doesn't matter if it's fake or natural or not. Everyone has, they're still boobs. They still feel like boobs. They still have skin on them and, you know, breast tissue and real nipples and all of these things, and it doesn't actually change anything. So in my opinion, fake all the way, because it just looks more perfect, better, and, you know, better than natural, basically. But the last thing I want to talk about is finding clothes. So at first I thought it would be hard to find clothes, but I feel so sexy in cleavage shirts, and it's so comfortable to wear them, so I get like these like really elastic cleavage shirts, and I wear it size extra small or small. Like, it's not hard to find shirts. I almost exclusively shop in Abercrombie, Hollister, and Gilly Hicks. Those three are both pretty much the same company, but most of the shirts that they make for women are really like stretchy and really high quality, so like I can wear a cleavage shirt that shows my boobs nicely, it isn't too tight on my boobs and doesn't make me feel uncomfortable, and it's also tight on my arms and my waist and stuff, and I don't have an issue with that. Any other, like, kind of clothing I wear I'm not comfortable in, because, you know, I want to be sexy. It's fun to be sexy. I like being sexy, and I'm actually going to make a more cleavage-based video soon, whenever I get the chance, about the truth about cleavage for, like, in particular, the gaming scene. Like, the gaming scene always hates people who show cleavage or whatever, and I'm gonna talk about why I do it, and why it makes perfect sense, and why it shouldn't affect anything, and it has nothing to do with my status as a gamer. It's just one attribute about me, one attribute of thousands, you know, like, my favorite color is pink, and, you know, I like having cleavage and looking sexy. I also have played video games my entire life since before the incursion of that trait of mine that I'm liking to be sexy. Like, that's something I got later on in life, and to try to discredit me as a gamer because of the clothes that I wear or my look is, like, really, like, people bitch so much about me being shallow or vain, but they're the ones that are actually judging my inside personal appearance, you know, my inside, who I really am, based on my appearance, and it's kind of like hypocritical to be like, oh, you care too much about your appearance, I only care to judge you on your appearance, and that just doesn't make any sense to me. I like looking hot, I like playing games, they're mutually exclusive, and there's no problem with that at all, and people who see that as a problem are people who are either ignorant or can't get out of, like, a stereotype themselves, and that's kind of sad. So yeah, hopefully this didn't get too heavy. I just wanted to make a video because a lot of people have been asking me, does your back hurt a lot? Is it hard to run? And I had my friend Two Mess and Pie, you might know him if you've watched his stream, but he was asking me, his girlfriend says that her boobs are too big to run, and I was like, that's fucking bullshit, she's making excuses, and he was like, sticking up for her, but it's excuses. Don't make excuses because you have big boobs. Don't, like, talk about having big boobs as something that, like, oh, I can't do this now because I have big boobs, I can't find shirts or bras, I can't work out. Just fucking go to the gym, okay? Alright, I will have the sample box thingy up in a few days, probably on my day off Thursday or my day off Saturday, because, you know, it's supposed to be today, but I don't want to take away from a different day to put it up, so just extra videos for the week. Yeah, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are fucking amazing, and check in the description because you get a bunch of money off for a bunch of different things. I have codes that you can get money off for, and that's pretty cool. Also, check me out on Instagram, instagram.com/tarababcock, twitch.tv/tarababcock. I'm live almost every night. And my gaming channel, which is the most important thing in the world to me, youtube.com/tarababcockgames. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. I'm feeling dorky today. I'm just excited to play Syndicate. Ah! Bye. Bye. Bye this time for real.